What up, what up? Another day, another stream. We did it yesterday. I usually never stream 2 days in a row, but multiple reasons I'm back here today. One is when you do new stuff, sometimes you fuck up. And I did fuck up. Well, there's two things. One was in my control. That was I didn't mute the live stream while I was talking through it, so my audio was pretty bad. Well, second thing was that my audio was low. The volume was low, so my audio was low. The video audio was loud, so definitely not the great mix. And second thing is randomly the stream stopped on its own on YouTube, so I'm not sure why that happened, because on my end it looked like I was still streaming. So we're gonna go through the second day of my horrible run. So today we're going that this was Saturday that I just I got absolutely wrecked. I actually left early. I think it's the first time I ever leave early from a live stream because I'm not feeling good. I've left before a live stream, but just, for reasons like to help my wife at home, but this was the first time I left because I was just mentally not okay. So I'm just going to promote it really quick. Alright, fuck. Sorry guys, just posting it really quick on Instagram. Reviewing the worst run of my life. Done. Okay. Get some action going. Okay, here we are. So I did a few things different today to try to make it better than yesterday. One of them is I already went through the live stream and I numbered it, so I know where it was at, where each spot is at, so we don't have to be going back and forth and me trying to see where the next one is. You don't have to see that. I already know each hand at each spot. So yeah, this, to understand where I was at, this isn't just an isolated session. I've been going on a pretty brutal downstream, the worst one I ever had this whole month, starting of last month, end of last month till now, and we're at the 22nd. The previous day I had a really bad session. The Wednesday, on Monday I got wrecked. So it's just back to back to back. So this is after a bunch of sessions that I just ran pretty horribly. Apart from maybe you never know how much I could have played better. That's why we're here. But I definitely ran pretty bad. Independent of how I played, I ran bad. So here we are trying to improve our game. So even when we run bad, we try to minimize the damages. So first hand comes over here. We got the Nick game going on. That's very relevant in these spots. I think that's about it. In this game, that's Saturday. If you saw my previous live stream, we were doing Monday, so the game's a lot bigger. This is Saturday. So it plays more like a regular 2-5, and the Nick game is $15. So we're gonna get first hand, Rafi and a hijack. Rafael makes it $15, and this is just because of the Nick game. I'm 3-betting my Queen 7 suited. It's definitely on the wider side, but it's because of the Nick game. Sometimes I just think you got to find spots. You never know. It's best to try to win the Nick game earlier on, because the further down it goes, the harder it is to win pots, because people are being more aggressive. They're getting stickier, because when you heads up for the Nick game, people are going to call you way wider because they think you're bluffing because you want to win and you're over bluffing, and that's the case. So usually, at least I believe, the best strategy when playing a Nick game is try to get it out of the way the sooner as possible. And kind of the variances of the Nick game is sometimes you never know if you're going to get hands, right? Queen 7 suited in the cutoff. Who knows in the next 20 minutes to half an hour if I'm going to get any hands. This may be the prettiest hand I'm going to see in the next half an hour. So yeah, I just think it's not the worst. I prefer suited king or ace, of course, but I didn't know what was coming. So let's go with this hand. So yep, we 3-bet. He calls with his ace 4 suited, and he flops the nuts. I didn't know that. And I'm just range betting here. As you see, I have 2%. I need runner. But yep, monotone board. I'm just range betting. I have all the nut flushes. I even could have the straight flush. So yeah, he calls, And turn is a 4, and I think just trying to get the showdown. I think my hand is good enough to just call. I mean, to check down and try to see, get the showdown as quick as possible. And yep, river now any 9 is a straight as well. We are blocking queen 9. That, you know, I guess is something. But as you see, he does end up betting. How do you fast forward? Do I click over here? Does it fast forward? No. Anyways, he does end up betting not that big of a size either. I would expect a bigger size. Yeah, he bets pretty small. But yeah, I just thought, I mean, straight comes in, sure, maybe he just have ace of diamond, but I just thought he was going to bet bigger. It just seemed like a 9. I really didn't think it was a flush. I really thought it was a 9 or maybe a really weak flush. I'm really surprised he had done that flush. I thought he was going to go way bigger. I thought he just had the naked ace of clubs. He was going to go really big and with the nut flush draw. So maybe I'm wrong because he has a nut flush, not the straight flush. He has a nut flush and he went pretty small. So at the end of the day, I do let it go. So thankfully, I didn't get sticky, but don't worry. There's plenty of time to go. I just see myself tank a few seconds and yep, we let it go. So 0 for 1. Moving on to the next hand. That is 45 minutes. 45 minutes and 40 seconds. I don't think there's really need to look into that one. If there's some spots that seem interesting, I'll jump into it. That one seemed whatever. All right, here we got another one. Again, just because the Nick game is going on, it's starting to go low and lower. You know, it's an ace, it's a 3, it's an okay hand. So I do raise it up, and I get chained up out in the call, and she could be super wide. Not super wide, but she could be pretty wide. So see me calling with plenty of just suited hands. So we go to a flop. Will we hit this time? Nope. Just completely whiff. No backdoors, no nothing. Well, backdoor straight draw, not a position. I'm just checking. And benefit from putting hours against players, especially players that have bet sizes. She made it $15 into a $60. She bet quarter pot. And I do think, even though I don't think it's like the proper way of playing this spot, I do think if she has a strong hand here, it's super draw heavy. She's going to want to protect it, and she's going to bet big. Not saying that's what I think is what you should do. That's what I think she may be doing, her strategy. So if she has ace jack, if she has 2 pair, I think she's betting big here. When she bets $15, it just seems like BS. I don't think she has almost anything when she bets quarter pot. So I don't have anything, but who cares? She made it $15. She told me she doesn't have anything here. So I'm just going to check raise. The Nick game is going on again. And again, I just think when she bets this small, she has absolutely nothing. Not absolutely nothing, but a weak hand. It could be a 4, it could be a 10. And the DC lets go what was pocket 3s. So as you can see, and I have to show. That comes into relevance later. I have to show that I had ace 3 off, that I had complete air. And I got rid of my nip button here. So we win a pot. And let's move on to the next one. That is a bomb pot. I don't know if you guys care about bomb pots, but I think they're interesting. So let's just see. Let's see what happens if anything interesting happens. Just look at it over the top. So, all right. Let's pause it for a second. Rafi bets. Looks like $75. And I have, what do I have? Why are my cards showing? There I am. I have the second nut flush, and I got a pair. I got a gut shot. Okay, cool. So it's definitely good enough. I don't love playing with the second nut flush because people, in bomb pots, when everyone goes to a flop and you got 4 cards and the flush draw it's so freaking often someone has the nut flush. It's so common. So when you have the second nut flush, I'm not calling a pot size bet with the second nut flush because there's always someone, it's so common, that just have the nut flush draw. So you call it with the second one, hoping to hit, and when you hit, so often you're not good. So I'm never raising here, just calling, and hopefully 8 comes on this board and we could improve to the nuts on that one. But so far, yeah, I'm not even considering raising. Even though he made it on a smaller side, yeah, no thought to raising. And indeed, he has a bottom set on that board. Once you raise, you start super condensing the range to just having the nuts on one of the boards. So I do not want that to happen. And if someone raised, that would have been a really shitty spot too. Because people are going to be checking the nut flush draw on a flop. So just because they check the flop doesn't mean they're missing. And let's see the rivers. That comes a 5 and a 7. So we got trips. That's pretty nice. So even if he has a nut flush draw, I mean, yeah, it's really hard to lose here. The flush comes over there, but having a flush and the second nut flush and trips, just I think easy call when he bets. I don't think raising ever here. So yeah, we just call and we chop it up. So at the end of the day, when you chop it up here, you win like $40, something like that. All right, and here comes the downhill. Here comes where we just get absolutely wrecked. Get ready. Half of the money I lost was in this next hand. There's not much to it. We're just gonna watch me get a bad beat because everything I think is pretty standard. It just all happens pre-flop. So Nick game is back on. Super relevant. Again, we're going to be playing way more aggressively. As you see, a 3-bet of Queen 7 suited. I'm opening a lot of aces. So now we're here with pocket kings. So super happy 3-betting. And I'm 3-betting on the bigger side because that is a factor as well. I think it's a good strategy just raising a little bigger because the goal is to get him to fold since you're being more polarized too. I think it's a good strategy just raising bigger because people are going to be calling you a lot more. You want to take it down, just making it a little bigger because sometimes like when the Nick game's going on, you make it $15, literally everybody calls. So 3-bet a little bigger, I just made it 15 more. And Ray in the big blind is going to 4-bet us. And Ray's decently aggressive, so he could be, I mean, here he just has ace-king, but I do think he'd be on the wider side. And yeah, just going to 5-bet here my pocket kings. I mean, the Nick game is going on, and I'm just happy getting it in here. I'm not going to rip it because we're decently deep, but I still could click it and have, the goal is to not put over 30 your stack, because if you're going to put over 30 your stack, might as well just go all in. So if you can 5-bet and it's less than a third, that's cool. And I could, so I do. I just click it back to him. I think I make it like 450. And he indeed is going to go all in. I snap call. He doesn't see happy. And I have kings. And we decided to run it twice. You'd think that running it twice will save me, but right there, bink, there's an ace. So there goes $1,500. I had $1,500. And second one there in the face too. Both first cards. First card on both of them. And just like that, we lose $1,500. We're in the hole. That was a big chunk of the hit. How's it going, Thomas? How's it going, Nick? Predicted an ace comes out. Yeah, on both boards. On the first card, both times. Not even a sweat. Just both ones. And look at us pushing all those chips his way. $1,500. Just like that. Yeah, we ran it twice. Not even like I won it. When you run it once, whatever. It's not that much of a bad beat. I think aces just come out at this amount of time. But running it twice is pretty brutal for sure. And again, this is all after I've just been getting wrecked. I've been getting absolutely wrecked on Monday, just getting 5 outed, 4 outed, losing flips pre-flop for a shit ton of money, just bomb pots, just people hitting both boards. I don't want to indulge. I don't want to indulge in running bad. It's just part of the game. But just to, a reason I left early this day is I just felt like I needed a break. Poker can be so brutal, so overwhelmed, just so much pain, mental exhaustion when you're running like this. So after that's just explain. If it was only this session on its own, I think I would have stuck through it. But it was a build-up, and I just didn't think I was feeling my best. So anyways, I'm not leaving yet. We're just down $1,500. We got plenty of time to go. It's pretty early in the session. So let's just keep it going to the next hand. Let's see. Obviously, I'm not going to make it back, but I don't know that in the moment. So, a little too forward. This one is, let's do a little back. That's back here. What's going on? What's going on over here? So, I still got the Nick because I lost with the kings. Wait, is this a hand? Sorry, did I lose track here? 105. No, I think it's the next hand. I think everyone just folds here. Because Chris, 4 bets. Sorry, yeah, this is not the hand, it's the next one. I'll go through it, yeah. Thank you everyone for hanging out. Let me know if you like this format. This is a new thing I'm gonna do. Some bad news. Sometimes with life, shit just comes all together. So it was a little tough with me today because I found out that I'm no longer going to be with Coinpoker after this month. That was definitely a pretty big hit. It was something I was really working for. Put me way fucking down and unlucky. I should be at the bottom. So I don't know why that came to mind. Oh yeah. So I've been going through this and I just lost my deal with Coinpoker. That is a pretty big hit, honestly. I'm just trying to focus and keep it going. It just is what it is. I'm going to work on my content. I'm going to be working on this, try to make good content out there and try to achieve, you know, it was a solid source of income from Coinpoker. So I'm just hustling on finding another source of income through poker, through content, through other stuff to compensate that I just lost my contract with Coinpoker. And I just lost a shit ton of money in this last month playing poker. So, yep, making new stuff like this to be more efficient with time. But anyways, we got another hand. We actually got a 3-betting hand. Another guy makes it $15. I 3-bet to 60 with ace-5 suited. Very pretty hand. Connects good with a decent amount of boards. So, HP punt for this summer outs. Will we be able to hit? Give me a 5. Give me an ace. Give me a gut shot. Give me a backdoor flush draw. Nope. Monotone board, all diamonds. But just range betting here. 3-bet pot, monotone board. I'm just range betting. Just make the game simple, you know. Don't have to think till the turn. Just range betting small. He calls. This was a very frustrating hand too. So that's a pretty shitty turn too. Brings in straights. And let's run this hand. We haven't used ETO yet. Let's run this hand. The economy is bad right now. Fewer weak players in the pool right now. Man, maybe because the live stream, Hamul's doing way freaking better. Hamul's doing a lot better. So at least that's not my experience, thankfully. So we're going to make this 200 big blinds. Yeah, I think my live stream, there's 2-5s going on almost every day now. Before, like when the season's down at Hamul, there'd be only like 2-5s on Monday. I'm sorry, on like Wednesday sometimes, but most like just there's sometimes at Hamul, dude, that there would be only 2-5s on Friday and Saturday. It was so bad. That's why I started my Monday. Before doing the live stream, I just had a semi-private 2-5 game just because there was no game and I was getting really frustrated because I didn't have enough games. Tried to go somewhere else. I just liked Hamul. So I started my game on Mondays to 2-5. So it would be Monday, Wednesday, sometimes Friday and Saturday. But now, man, there's 2-5s almost every day. And like Wednesdays, there's 2 games. Friday and Saturday, there's a bunch of games. So yeah, thankfully Hamul's gotten way better. Is that correct? Yeah. But may just be because of the stream as well. You never know. So anyways, here we are. So here, where am I located? I live in San Diego, so I play at Hamul. That's the closest to me. So let's see. This is spots to learn, kind of get an idea, because when people use solvers, you know, I'm learning myself. I'm trying to get better. I have so much to learn, but kind of understanding how solvers work and how GTO wizard looks. I said, like, I'll just range bet here. Seems like, oh, that was a horrible idea. You should be checking a bunch. I'm betting big a bunch. But there's so many different strategies, right? Let's see. So let's see the EV here is 827. Let's switch this. Let's see how big of a difference it makes. Let's see how big of a difference it makes. It may make a difference in this specific hand. Yeah, it's adding up, but I mean, to simplify, let's see how big of a difference it makes. Yeah, it is like in this specific hand, it is giving up a good chunk, 827. So how much was that? Like 33.33 big blinds. It doesn't sound like a lot, but it is a lot. Usually when you're trying to build a strategy, you do not want to be giving up that much EV. But you could look more into this later because sometimes spots are different. And the strategy I am using right now is late position 3-bet against early. This is early against early, so maybe it's a little different. But anyways, I think all the boards all together, when the monotone, if you range bet small, it's fine. Here it loses a little more money, still of course very profitable. But anyways, we do that. We range bet small, he calls. What I'm really curious about is on the turn. I'm guessing it prefers just to be bluffing with hands that have a diamond in it. So let's find out. Let's find out what hands it likes to bluff with. Wow, let's see. What did I have? At ace-5. This is when you kind of figure stuff out, like the solvers could be random. It does not like to use my bluff, but then it does like to use ace-3 for some freaking reason. So where are the bluffs coming from? Just the offsuits with diamonds. Yeah, most of the bluffs are coming just from the offsuits. That's just what I supposed. Yeah, ace-king with ace of diamonds, king diamonds is pure potting it. Sets. For some reason the jack. I guess the king has a gut shot. The king 10. Okay, so there it is. Okay, without the diamond, it likes to bluff more. With the open and the straight draw, that makes sense. So for some reason, this one it likes to bluff more. With the 5 never. So I think, yeah, check it is fine. Just remember that sometimes, but yeah, bluff coming always with the ace of diamonds, and we could use sometimes the suited ones without a diamond that has a straight draw. So I do check back. I do check back in a moment. Let's see what happens on the river. River comes a3, so now that 4th diamond comes out. And I may be wrong, honestly. My thought process behind here is I'd be checking the turn with some diamonds, just some showdown, like if I have like, and I may be wrong here. Let's see. Now he checks, and it does not want to bluff with my hand, but then it does with the ace-4. But if you see the size, it's really off. So now you see a mistake, right? I think when you want to be betting here, you want to go polarized. That seems the case here. Okay, so I did decide to bluff this river. That's why I'm going here with this. I just thought there's times, you know, that I have offsuit hands with the diamond that gets here, but the solver doesn't. So my thought behind that, I guess, was incorrect, but I would be wider here too because of the live stream. But that's, I guess, you know, catching your thought process. In the moment, I was thinking if I have some hands that just have showdown value with a diamond, I'd be checking. I mean, maybe I'd be checking queens with the diamond, kings with the diamond sometimes. I've been a lot, but so that reasoning may be off, just considering that all the offsuit, ace X, ace queen, queen jack, I'm usually always betting the turn with them. So, and when we do want to bet, we want to go really big. So yeah, this river bet, I guess, was not the best play. I guess it's not the worst, my specific hand, because if it likes to do it with ace-4 suited instead of ace-5, I mean, ace-5 can't be the worst ever. But as frustrating as sessions can be, I literally get freaking snap called So, yep. Let's see if it's a really bad, just going 2/3 pot. Let's see how bad it is going 2/3 pot. How bad this is. It's not that bad. It's not the worst thing ever. It likes to go bigger though. No one likes to use a 5, but it likes to use a 4. That helps me feel a little better. But I do like the idea of going more polarized. I'm just seeing this. Trying to make sense of your line. In the moment I was thinking, I'd be checking back here with some diamonds that have showdown value. But I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm checking back some queens here when it's Jack 8, 9. I would be checking back some queens and kings here, honestly, with a diamond. Maybe not. Yeah, maybe the line doesn't make too much sense, and indeed he just snap calls me. I mean, is he supposed... Let's see that snap call of his. He's not supposed to have any of those hands anyways. Supposed to fold on the flop. He just doesn't have those pre-flop. Supposed to fold those pre-flop. Yeah. Even Ace-Jack is supposed to be folding a lot. So you get a lot of folds here with a 75%. But I'm definitely not getting his folds because he literally snap called me. But it prefers to have the 8. So maybe the 8 is actually better than the Jack. Interesting enough. Well, 8-7 is... Anyways. Need to bet turn if you're going to bluff. I don't agree with that. You could definitely delay bluff, I think, is the option as well. I'm definitely bluffing a turn with all the diamonds. I think that for sure. Just, yeah. Maybe if the diamond came on the turn. Anyways, not the best. Seems like that wasn't the best spot. If I do bet, I got to go bigger. But I'm seeing like a complete pot. I mean, if ace 4 is okay, I don't think that can be that bad. Let's just move on. So bluff did not work. Not the best spot ever. And let's move on to the next hand. So I think I'm straddling here. Under gun 1 makes it 50. Kind of calls. And this was an interesting spot. Let's look at this up. Because it's a really strong hand. Nick game is going on, so you have more, but under the gun open is so strong. I'm guessing if no one call in between, should just be folding. But with the call in between, I think that changes a lot. So let me see some. Let's see something. Let's see something. Do you want to be blinds deep? So under the gun raises, button calls, win a big blind. I'm guessing he wants to 3-bet. Yeah. Yep. Especially with the Nick game going on, that he's been wider. As you see, he has fucking Jack 10 off. So I'm guessing if the button folds, it wants to call. Yeah, see, button folds, it wants to call. I noticed this in the previous stream as well, how much it changes when there's calling between. We don't have to be polarized anymore in a big blind. Big blind 3-bets are usually polarized. So it goes bigger and it just bets the strong hands and the really shitty hands. Because you could just call and see a flop. But that's when it's heads up. I'm realizing that I wasn't as aware enough that when there's a call in between, we just go a lot more linear. Like, look at the difference right here. See, it just 3-bets just some random hands down here. But when the button calls, it goes way more linear, like the standard. See? So yeah. Way prefers a 3-bet as I thought. In the moment, I just thought, under the gun, he's a pretty tight player too. As you see, Nick game just makes people be aggressive. So I do just call. One mistake there that I think I should. And as well, man, I was already starting to feel it. I'm just whiffing fucking everything. There you go, 5-5-3. Just whiffing everything. And now when he bets, we just, I think, gotta let it go. I mean, G8 didn't even fold. And does she fold too? Yeah, she folds too. That's crazy. He got lucky there. She just folded right away. Yes, Thomas. I agree. As I said, appreciate feedback. Yeah, I think I should have 3-bet there. for sure. And I think this is a good thing about doing this. At least I noticed I wasn't realizing how when there's a call in between, I was still thinking just being polar in a big blind even with a call in between, and I'm happy I caught that mistake because that's not the case. Once there's a call in between, we go way more linear. So the big blinds defend becomes almost like the small blind now. So that's good to know because the small blind definitely would have been 3-betting my king jack a lot. So I mean, maybe I should show that there's no rake. That definitely affects it too. So maybe the next time, let's just move on for now. We got a few more hands to get through. Few more hands to get through. Few more painful moments. Let's see. All right, next hand. This is an hour and 25 minutes in. An hour and 20. This is gonna put you on a monster there with the 3-bet. I don't know, man. Image is really relevant too. Nick game is going on. I've been losing pause. I've been showing hands that are completely garbage. I showed earlier that 3-bet with ace-3 off. So I don't think I'd get too much credit here. But anyways, hijack. We got a real hand. Ace-queen suited. So I'm raising up in a hijack. Cutoff calls, button calls. So we go to a flop. What will it be? There you go. Wait, that's off, yeah. We do not have the nut flush draw. Checks around. I would have considered check raising maybe here. That would have been an interesting spot to check raise. We could look that up. Let's look that up really quick. Let's look that up really quick. So. Only, so let's see, we raise it up in what? We're under hijack, fold, hijack, we raise, and we get 1 caller, 2 callers. It folds to a flop. We can just do a heads up, honestly, to make it easier. Well, whatever, let's see. So I'll post with that. Let's see what's a good counter to be check raising. Yeah, that was this whole session. It was. Yeah, I don't think I take a post flop 3 ways. Yeah. Just glitching on me. I don't think I take it 3 ways. 8, 9. I don't think I take it 3 ways to a flop, can you? Yeah, it just took it. Alright, cool. It just made it heads up. So. Let's see what's a good 3. Well, this just got all fucked up. Never mind. This got all fucked up. We gotta fix it. We fucked it up by trying to make it 3 ways. It just messed the whole thing up. So let's just do it again. Solution library. Let's do it again. Raise hijack. Let's say that button calls because they're pretty wide. Go to flop. That solver was off because we just forgot that you can't take it multi-way. Maybe one day. Alright, so I think just range checking out of position usually a good strategy when there's a caller in position against you, and then just going for a check raise. Yeah, that's what he does. He does check. So this one's a big bet. So let's see with a big bet. There's a lot less check raising with a big bet. This ace queen just folds, just straight up folds against a big bet. Okay, let's see. Let's just say if it's bet small, then I think it's pretty common. Let's be a bet small. Because big bet, yeah, you just got to be way. When someone bets really big, you can't be bluffing wide, so you got to have a lot of stronger hands. Yeah, I did the wrong one. Did the wrong one. This guy. Let's see if he's betting small. You bet small. What can we check raise with? Yeah, and that's definitely not. We just call. Good to know, good to know. Just the bluff's got to be a lot stronger, huh? Where the bluffs coming from? Where the bluffs coming from? 7, 6. Not many bluffs, honestly. Just some of the nut flush draws down here. And a mix calling and raising. The queen 10. Yeah, just a lot of just combo draws. A lot stronger, no backdoors. Okay. Jack 10 off. Yeah, straight draws, backdoors. Okay, definitely not this hand. Definitely not this hand. So that would have been a punt if I went for a check raise. So it does check around. And now, yeah, just whiffing completely, just checking. I think it checks again. He bets. And it's just not good here. Whatever. With 3 ways. Could be a fun candidate to go for a check raise, honestly. I just wanted something more going on. This does look weak, and yeah, he had a 9. Because, you know, some players, I don't think they're balanced here. They're betting the king on a flop, so when it goes check around and a turn comes a brick, they just are betting the middle pairs or anything. So, yeah, I just had absolutely nothing. So anyways, that one was that one. Another very pretty hand, but just we whiffed the board completely. So let's move on. We're just bleeding money little by little. Like this. Bluff's not working out. What's here? Oh, good thing. This is funny. I didn't know he actually had a hand. Okay, I'm happy to see that. So I wasn't happy with this hand because, again, the Nick game's going on. I had king 3 suited. So if I want to be wider, I just think that was more of a 3-bet hand, even in the button. And then raise squeezed. And I was kind of annoyed. I'm like, yeah. I was kind of annoyed with myself because I'm like, yeah, I want hands that play good post flop. King 3 suited, if I want to play it, let's just freaking 3-bet. And then raise 3-bet. And I'm kind of like, that's what I got. I just lost, you know, $35. If I were to 3-bet, he may have folded whatever he's 3-betting now because I think he'd be pretty aggressive. But actually, in the moment, he had pocket kings. So I guess I saved myself some money because that 3-bet would not have worked because he would have called 4-bet me for sure with his pocket kings. So, hey, at least. But yeah, kind of keeping an eye on that. If I do put a flatting range into my strategy in late position, like not be using these shitty hands that don't do great post flop, should be, you know, the in-between hands maybe go a little more polarized with, you know, bluffing. So here we go. 3-betting ace deuce suited. It's a suited ace, good candidate. So that's what we do. And I get Ray to call right after me. That's super weird. I think Ray for sure is just gonna call me with suited broadways, pocket pairs. You see here as pocket 4s. So can we hit a flop? Can we get something to be able to bluff off pocket 4s? All right, well, no backdoors, no nothing, but at least it's a better board for me. I'm just range betting here. I mean, things get a little different. I'm using a strategy here of what I'd do in a 3-bet pot out of position. Of course, it's a little different when someone flat calls. The range is different, but I don't know the strategy for that, so I'm gonna kind of just stick to my 3-bet pot out of position strategy. That can't be that bad. Thomas, on a scale of 1 to 100, 100 being super lucky, good variances, 0 being the unluckiest, worst luck in the world, what number in 0 to 10 are your lifetime variances? What do you suspect? Honestly, man, I mean, trying to be aware of my thought process and everything, just seeing some, I think I'm below, to be honest. I think I'm below. I may be wrong. Maybe everybody feels this. I mean, you see so many times people at the casino complaining, oh, I run so bad, I run so bad. So maybe it's just a common trait to just think you run bad. But you're asking, as aware as I could be of my play, of how I am and how I see other people run sometimes, I do think I'm on the bottom end of the, not super bad, but I do think I'm below 50, right? If you were to say maybe 40, you know, that would be my guess. That would be a cool to find out. There's no way to find it out, but that would be pretty cool. How's it going, Ryan? So anyways, just range betting here. And yep, hopefully some turns. I was going to barrel on a good amount of turns. But the turn that brings in a fucking flush, I just thought he was calling me with a lot of pocket pairs, a lot of suited like broadways. So I thought I'd be getting a good amount of the pocket pairs to fold on the flop. So when the turn comes into flush, I got absolutely nothing going on for me. Let's look this up. I just seem like, you know, you can't be results oriented, right? It just kept on feeling like I was giving up, but I just had shit. Every time I had completely nothing. Great, how are you? Just hit a lift, about to play 400 no limit online? So let's see this. Let's see this. Let's see. So let's do raise. One that ace two suited. There you go. Cutoff should never be calling, so this is kind of weird. Let's just do a 3-way pot out of position. Let's do a 3-way pot out of position, right? Because, well, it shouldn't have ace two suited here. We can't really make this work. Let's do late against late. Let's do late against late to make it. Raise. 3-bet. So this calling's a little wider. So the deuce is in here. We can make it no rake. Can we make it no rake? Rakes. It's gonna be calling a lot more now. Yeah, okay. It's calling a lot more now because there's no rake. So we can maybe just do no rake in the future to make it more realistic to what it is. So all right, let's go to a flop. That the flop was Jack, King, 9, Jack, King, 9 of diamonds, 9 of diamonds, 9 of diamonds. All right. Shit, I fucked up though. Yeah. Sorry guys, let me fix this. Let me fix this. That gotta be the pre-flop. Snow rake 200. Sorry. Let me fix that. It's gotta be the small blind 3-betting. Because we're the pre-flop aggressor. Yeah, there we go. Look how wide you could freaking call when there's no drop. That's crazy. On your deep. When you're deep and there's no rake, you can call super damn wide. That's actually pretty fun and awesome. Like when you see the charts of what you're supposed to call post flop when there's rake online, it's like you're almost never supposed to call. So anyways, yeah, just range betting here, 25%. I'm guessing like 4 is supposed to be folding a lot. Yeah, 4s are supposed to be folding unless they have a backdoor flush draw that I don't think he did. Yeah. So I thought 4s would be folding a lot once I bet down the flop. So that comes out, and then this turn is a 6. Let's see. Yeah, that's what I supposed. Like, it just feels like I'm keep on like giving up, right? I'm just betting once, and I have this horrible, in the moment it kind of felt that way. Like, I'm just betting the flop, and then I'm just giving up on the turns. Just like, it seemed like I had a shitty strategy, because every time I was just putting money and then giving up. But I just, every time, it's not even like missing the boards. I just had bad candidates to bluff with. So yeah, I just never bluff. You just don't bluff with these hands, the ones I had. Just with complete whiffs. It almost, that's funny. It likes to turn bluff, like when it turns a 6. It likes to use that with a queen sometimes, so it got shot on a pair. I guess that makes sense. So it likes to use the queens. What does it like to be bluffing with? I'm guessing just a random ace. It checks a lot with the ace of spades. Huh. It likes to use a queen. But yeah, it likes to use the ace. Oh, sorry. Okay, that makes way more sense. It likes to... Ace king is a pair, so it likes to check a lot. That makes way more sense. Here you go. All the aces that doesn't have a pair. Yeah, ace queen. It's a gut shot and not flush draw. It likes to bet. So yep. Based on a compilation of videos I've watched of you, I'd say you're about a 30% overall lifetime average. That's how it feels, honestly. But again, who knows? Who knows? And, you know, anyways, let's keep on going through this hand. Because last month, June, I sand run like crazy. So I check, he checks back. Remember, it's a queen. Now, any 10 is a straight. And I thought, in the moment, I considered block betting here. Because when he checked back, I thought so many times it could just be a pocket pair, like he has right now. But as well, you know, it could be, you could have 10s in here. And I don't know if block betting would make sense. Like, again, would I block bet here with 2 pair? I mean, maybe. So let's see this river. Because I really considered block betting here. Look at that. It likes to freaking block bet. God damn it, I thought about it in the fucking moment. It likes to freaking block bet. Motherfucker. Oh, block bet, 40%. I really thought about it. Ah, this was a spot, and it probably would have worked here. OMC, Babbo has a beautiful fam, plays poker for a living, has a great vlog, 65 plus for. Okay, when I say the variances, I'm completely excluding everything outside poker. I think I'm the luckiest fucking dude in the world if you put my whole life together. You know, yeah, I got like 3 super healthy, beautiful daughters. I love my wife. I love the house. We have a great relationship. I'm playing poker for a living. I don't have a job. Life, luck. I think I'm super lucky. Well, lucky too. I put a lot of fucking work into this. You know, it's not just luck that everything came to me. I put a lot of work into what I got, but I definitely think in life I'm very lucky. We're just talking about straight up poker. So up here though, poker, tough world. So yeah, this is, I'm happy with myself that my instincts were there. I didn't go through with it. And I think that could have done just with how the session was going, man. But yeah, because if I could be block betting with my 2 pair, with my queens. So yep, that would have been a fun plot. And I definitely think I'm getting forced to fold there when I bet small in the river. Like, that would have been crazy sticky. So there you go. My instincts were correct. I was really considered block betting. I just think my bluffs weren't working. The guy just snapped me off earlier. Flush and straight is in. So I wish that would have been a fun spot. But this time I didn't go through with it. I really was considering block betting here. I thought betting big would make sense because I'm probably betting all my flushes on the turn. So I really thought just betting small. I bet 120, but they said 40, so it'd be closer to 150. And this is, you know, when I started seeing, I didn't think I was on top of my game because it was just affecting me. And yep, I check, he checks, and wins with his freaking pocket 4s. I cold call my 3-bet and works out for him. So let's move on. Let's move on. 209. I think I end up playing not too much longer. Let's see, sorry. It's definitely way better when I already have the hands. All right, let's see what happens here. Oh, okay. Here we go. So this spot, I don't even know if I would put it through a solver because I have such a horrible hand. We were heads up for the Nick game. So how the Nick game works, right? When you win a pot, when you win a pot, you give rid of your Nick game, and the last person who has a chip means they haven't won any pot. They got to pay everybody money. So right now, Ray raised from under the gun, and Chris called, and it was heads up with me and Chris. If Chris folds, I fold, but I'm last to act. And if I lose this Nick game, so if I fold and Chris goes heads up with Ray and Chris wins, I got to pay everyone $15. So I lose $120. So thinking about the fact that if I fold here and they go heads up and Chris wins, I lose $120. I got to put $20. My hand is complete garbage. But with that in mind, I do defend. And hey, I flop bottom pair and a backdoor straight draw. So not the worst in the world. Now it checks to Chris and he bets, and I consider check raising here, but because I'm blocking bottom pair, usually blocking bottom pair is a decent kind of turn to bluff, but this bottom pair is pretty irrelevant. It's just a deuce, so it's not like it bluffs. It blocks a set, but I mean maybe Chris is calling crazy wide. But I don't know if he's calling with a deuce, 7 deuce. So the benefits of blocking bottom pair, I don't think is that relevant here because it just doesn't matter apart from pocket deuces. I guess that's good. But in the moment, I just not been working my bluffs, just losing every time, getting snap call when I tried to bluff Rafi over here. I just thought, hey, my deuce may be good. Let's call. Ray does fold. After he thinks for a little bit. I think his hand would have been a good candidate to check raise, honestly, with the king of clubs. I think his hand would have been a good candidate. Especially knowing how wide Chris can be and me calling, we're both battling for the Nick game. So having 2 overs and a king of clubs, I think that wouldn't be the worst ever. So anyways, turn's great. So now, yeah, we're flipping now. I got bottom pair, so I did consider maybe now check raising because my hand is pretty strong depending what he does. But in a moment, I check, he checks back, and river's another 10. So here we are, right? Flush comes in, I got a pair. When he checks, I think he has showdown value. I didn't think I was good here. And at least I'm blocking a set, I guess it's not relevant, but I think if he would have turned a 10, he would have been betting a lot. I just really thought he has an 8 or a 7. Straight comes in, flush comes in. What the fuck are my bluffs here? I thought like, okay, we're heads up for the Nick game, but on this run out, I really don't have almost any bluffs. Apart from, sure, you know, 6-5, 6-5, right? Because 9-10 is trips. 9-6 is a straight. Any flush draw is a flush. So Thomas is saying it's a bad river to try to bluff, but why though? I think he has an 8 or a 7 here. 9-10 is trips. I'm going to be betting massive. I'm going to be betting big because I think I call. Straights come in, flush come in, and I'm blocking the straight. I'm blocking bottom set. That's not that relevant. So in the moment, I was just thinking, dude, like, where are my bluffs here? I'm gonna, if I check, he checks back, I'm losing for sure. Queen, king, ace would have been way better rivers to bluff on. I mean, if it brought in the flush, I agree. I mean, it's not the best because it pairs the board, sure. But again, it brings in the flush that I think is great. If the flush wouldn't have come in, I wouldn't have bluffed because I think I'm getting called super wide. But when a straight comes in and a flush comes in, and I think he's betting a flush himself on the turn, I just think I gotta go for it. And when I go for it, I think I gotta bet super big. Because again, if he folds, he loses another $120. So I bet 2x pot, I made it 300. Maybe I should go even bigger because I'm representing very polarized. So maybe I should have gone even bigger, honestly. I went for 2x pot. And as you probably expect, the session is going, and I guess my image, he tanks. And, yep. Let's fast forward, him thinking, where are my bluffs? Just random hands. And yep, he flicks, he does. Flicking a call. I tell him I have a deuce. And there you go. Another successful bluff. So apart from those 300, I lose another $120 to the OMC. I watched his hand. He made, wow, call this Georgie for you. Yeah. OMC, where are you? Where did you sit down? Yeah, so, yep, you know, when you're just losing hands, your bluffs aren't working, you just can't go for value because you're not getting any value. Definitely tough session. So, got a few more hands, we're getting there. So I'm down chunks now. I'm down pretty much piles right now. And let's see, Nick game's back on. Raise under the gun 1 with king 10 off. Again, I would be folding this if the Nick game wasn't going on, but 2 broadways. You never know the hands you're getting in the future. I was pretty card dead. It's 2 broadways. I don't want to fucking fold this hand and then later have to play my freaking 9 deuce. You know what I mean? So anyways, here we are. We whiffed the flop. Oh, this was a frustrating one. Oh my god, that's so many frustrating freaking hands. I had so many I want to put this to solver because maybe I got too sticky here, but especially with how shallow he is and how shallow he. So queen high board. I got the king of clubs, so I got a backdoor flush draw, backdoor straight draw, and overcard. I think is betting here's fine. I bet, and he check raises me. Apart from you missing and not hitting boards, it's when the opponents hit it. So here comes another, the board pair 10 closes the board, ranges up, easier to call with such a 7, and with the Nick game, kind of has to call there. Maybe. I decided to fuck it and try to go for it. Let's run this hand, because this is a really interesting spot that I don't know if I should be folding right away on the flop. I'm just getting sticky. I really wasn't sure if I was just getting too sticky here. Queen 7-5. Sorry, shit. Sorry. 7-5. 7-5. Sorry guys, I made a little mistake here. I gotta fix that. All right, so no rake. Let's do 100 big blinds because the guy was super short. Let's make it late. Where's King 10 in? Okay, cut off. All right, let's do cut off. Raise. Big blind calls. Queen. They're already saying to fold when I get check raised. Maybe, man. Queen. Maybe with the ace of clubs you could call and with the king just fold. Just me getting sticky. Whatever. 5. Same shit. Alright, let's see. Let's see. So we check in range. And we just bet a bunch here. Makes sense for king 10 off. Really happy. So we check. We bet. He check raises us. We just fold. Yeah, we just fold. We're just getting too sticky. And okay, hey, at least, it is calling sometimes because I just made the diamonds. So hey, it's calling a little chunk at a time when he has a king of diamonds. It's actually raising sometimes with a 10 of diamonds. That's pretty interesting. So let's make it even smaller because he raised smaller. He made it 3x. So let me see something. Let's make this smaller. Because how much did I bet the flop? Let's make his raise smaller. Is 40 correct? Let's see if that's closer. I want to see if I'm just getting too sticky. Yeah, that's okay. Make it a little bigger to make it as accurate as possible. 45. Let's see what he really did. Let's see if this was way too sticky. I think does it sometimes with queen 5. Queen 6, sorry, that's what he did. Anyways, close enough. He raises. Let's see. That helped me out a little bit. All right, hey, it's a flip. It's 50-50, isn't it? Do I have the... And yeah, I'm not blocking. So blocking a backdoor flush draw doesn't like it. It's folding a lot more, but not blocking a backdoor flush draw is like 50-50. So hey, if you would have checked, he just check raised so small. It's not the worst. It actually likes raising sometimes with the 10 of diamonds. That's pretty interesting. I never would have found that. But it's okay calling with that sometimes. And it's just raising, so let's see what happens. As the frustrating ass session goes, let's see what happens. Let's keep it going. So we do call. That is fine half of the time, so it's not the worst thing ever. Turns to 10 now. So now I turn a pair. I would raise before I called. He calls, it raised sometimes. With my hand, it calls or folds. So now I turn a 10. And I'm guessing you're supposed to bet big. Yeah. You're supposed to go big here. He does not. He goes half pot. No, small. Yeah, he goes half pot. So, let's see what happened. It was less. It was a little under pot. It was like... He goes a little under pot. That's just supposed. I expect to be a lot more polarized on this turn when you bet. He did not. He went pretty damn small. That, yeah, not a thing. So now what do we do here with our king 10? I think now I had to call. Because there's a lot of draws. He check raised small. He's been small to turn. And yep, now we're here. We're pretty screwed. We just usually have to call. That's what I kind of felt in the moment. So I do call. Let's go to the river. Let's go to the pretty annoying river. This is an annoying session, honestly. Let's fast forward, me tanking and tanking, considering if I'm just getting way too freaking sticky here. And I finally, once, yeah, I do hit a 10 for that price. I just don't think I could fold, so I do call. And there is another queen. So now less freaking likely he has a queen. I always prefer called. Like... Dude, people button click sometimes like crazy. This guy, I mean, he's a recreational, I think. You know, there's straight draws, there's flush draws. I'm blocking a flush draw, but I mean, it's a pretty draw heavy board, you know. And then when he bet small on the turn, that didn't make much sense to me. I thought if he had value and he's betting the turn, he'd go way bigger than that. As you see, like on the solver, like a small bet on the turn is not a thing. Because when you're check raising, right, you're going for value or you're bluffing. So on the turn, it's usually you should be going pretty big. So when getting that price, I mean, I'm almost getting a price to kind of hit. If I hit a king, if I hit a 10, I may be good if he does have value. So, and I may be good against draws. So, yeah. And now, he bet, now the river's a freaking queen. So, all the draws miss. And now it's less likely he has a queen. And again, he bets really damn small. He bets less than half pot. I don't think this is ever fold. Let's look it up. I mean, it's not the best, I guess, to have like the king of clubs. But, dude, every damn draw misses. Now, it's less likely, and I'm getting, again, it's a big bet too, and he doesn't. He bets less. How much did he bet? He bet again, like 40% pot. I just think, I really think, I think King 10 is never folding here. I think King 10 is never folding here. I may be wrong. Yeah, this is never freaking folding against that price. So the only questionable spot, I guess, here was the flop that I thought I may have get sticky. But once the turn and the river comes, I just think I'm screwed. So at least I'm happy to hear that the flop is not the worst ever. And, you know, I was thinking about I could turn my hand into a bluff. Man, and as well in the river, shit gets counterfeited. If he was like turning, if he was bluffing with, if he was value betting with 7-5, sometimes people don't know what to do on the river, right? So you think they'll check with their 7-5, but being out of position, if they were in position, I don't think so, because they could check down and get the showdown. But when they're out of position and they didn't know what to do, sometimes they just block bet, like if they have 7-5. So now I'm even beating value on the flop. But you should leave after this hand. It's not going your way, clearly. Yeah, I think I was already considering it. I was definitely already considering it. So I didn't leave though yet. We got a few more frustrating hands. Let's move on to 53. Let's see, 53, 40. All right, next hand. Let's keep it freaking going. I'm in a straddle. This seems pretty standard. Button raises, big blind calls, and this is defending my straddle with King 10 off. I think is super standard. Nick game going on too. You see that money up there. I'm adding money. Just adding. Like, all right, hey, we got something. We hit a middle pair. We got a backdoor straight draw. That's something. You know, it checks around. Turns to 7. And now Rafi bets. He makes it $55, and there's so many draws. You know, Nick game's going on. There's so many different straight draws. There's a flush draw. I'm not blocking any of that. I mean, I'm blocking some of the straight draws, my Queen 10, but you know, my hand's good plenty of time here. So, yep, I flick into call and ba-da-ba-dum. River's an 8. Any 9 is a straight. The flush draw does miss. So I was a little suspicious when he bets 175. What do you guys think? Should I call here? Should I fold? I mean, obviously, you know, he has a straight. He rivered it. I mean, yeah. I do let it go, thankfully. And he hit it. So at least I didn't get sticky here, and I did let it go on the river. Because, I mean, I just thought in the moment, like, he's calling the big blind, so he could just have a random garbage with a Nick game going on. So, yeah, 5-6, Jack 9. He could be betting 10-9. 9-8 was already a straight. Like, so many random hands that get there on the river. So, yep, at least I didn't pay him off in this one. But, yep. I should have called it here. Maybe I would have called it, honestly, if it wasn't my stream. I just don't like leaving on my stream. Like, I set up the game, and it was pretty damn early. So I was trying to just focus and keep it going. All right, we got a hand here. And then raises. We're going to 3-bet with our pretty H-Jack suit in the button. And as you see, he just had a really, really ugly hand that he does end up letting it go. So honestly, hilarious thing, it felt so nice. I felt so good. Like, it felt so nice literally just winning a 3-bet pot that he folded pre-flop. I did lose the Nick game because how it was going, it felt really nice. Even though I just made $45. And how much am I down, stuck now? I can't see it. Is it? Maybe if I make it small. 2.9K. Yeah, I'm already down 2.9K now. So, yep. Now time for a bomb pot. Let's see the bomb pot. Let's see what's going on here. Checks around on the flop. We get to a turn, and I have a gut shot. Top pair. Pretty close, honestly. Yeah, pretty close. I mean, if they would pot it here, what day, Ryan, what days this week are they streamed? So this stream right here is Saturdays. I play this one. It's a rare 2-5. Australia's going on sometimes. We do a Nick game, 7 news. This is Saturdays at 4 p.m. We have a Monday, 4 p.m. too. It plays bigger though. Usually the straddle becomes mandatory, so it's more of a 2-5-10. 20 goes on pretty often, and people match the stack a lot. So anyways, let's just fast forward this. With a gut shot, if he pots it, I fold. Without a gut shot, I fold. But hey, I got 2 outs, so the nuts down here. The ace may be good. Once in a huge while, maybe if I river an ace, I river queen, I river 2 pair with a 4 or a deuce. I remember. Never mind. Yeah, I had deuce 4 as well. Like, always calling it here. So if any 3 comes on the river, I got the nuts straight. So I got 2 outs here to the nuts. I got 3 outs here to the nuts straight. The super disguised one too. I got top pair. Yeah, for $45, there's no way I'm going anywhere. That would have been such a beautiful 3. Like, no one has 4-3 here. But as you saw, one person folded 2 of them. So, yep, and we just whiff both rivers. Well, we actually river trips, never mind. We river trips, but it brings in the flush. So, yeah. Oh, this was interesting, yeah, because someone bet. What does he bet with? Oh, yeah. So he has a nut flush and trips. And yeah, maybe if it was a brick river, but who cares after trips? The flush comes in. And Chris, is this the one that Chris repotted it? Or he just calls? No, yeah, he just calls. And yeah, they chop it up. They chop up my money. Move on. We got a few more hands and we're done. A few more frustrating spots and we're done. And let's just forget about this day. All right, so I raise it up with hijack with beautiful 6-5 suited. Ray 3-bets me in the cutoff. And I think super standard call. We go to a flop. What may be the flop? Yep, 4-9 king. And he bets as well on the bigger side, half pot. And yeah, I got a backdoor flush draw, backdoor straight draw. Definitely, I don't think good enough. At least a gut shot. And yeah, he just had a king. That's the end of that one. Let's move on. 37. Oh, this was so freaking frustrating. Oh my God, this session was frustrating. All right, so Nick game is going on. And she makes it 15. Again, Jay. Oh, shit, sorry. Jay has size tells, right? So if she has aces, if she has kings, if she has ace king, she'll make it big. $15 is a weak hand. So yeah, she's in early position, and I'm in a small with ace 8 off. I should fold, but she made it tiny. She has a weak hand. We're playing a Nick game. Let's just raise. Let's 3-bet here and just take it down now when I'm pretty certain she has a weak hand. But poker is an emotional, is a game with other people. And I showed her earlier that I bluffed her. And I think that affects her decisions here. Because when you play the Nick game, you got to show your hand. And I check raised earlier with the ace 3 hand. I think that affected this hand. So she does call. We go to a flop. And I want to see this on the solver. So we go to flop, we whiff. But, I mean, we have all the overpairs. I mean, she could have some 5s here, sure. But I don't think she has any strong pocket pairs here. We have all the aces, we have all the kings, queens, jacks, 10s, you know what I mean? We have some aces, we have some 5s, ace 5. I mean, maybe king 5 suited, very little. Maybe 6, 5, 2, 5, 4. I 3-bet that sometimes. So I think, you know, just range betting here is completely fine. We could check that out right now. Let's check that out. Let's go through the hand first. Let's see this very fun hand. I make it 50. I just range bet the 50 third pot. Maybe she do it smaller. She fucking clicks it, and I just snap fold. I was so frustrated. I thought it was a pocket pair or maybe a 5. Like, how is this a bluff? Complete rainbow board. I threw it a pre-flop. I see bet and she clicks it in position. So I just let it go, and she flips over ace 3 off, and she says, I don't know what she said. She says something like, "Oh, that's where you bluffed with me earlier." Like, I'm getting back to you for bluffing me earlier by fucking clicking the flop and getting me to fold the best hand at ace 8. But I don't have any backdoors. I mean, I guess I have the 8. That's kind of not good. Like, what are her bluffs? Straight draws. I'm blocking the straight draw. I'm blocking 8-7. So, yeah, I think whatever. Just fold here. But yeah, so freaking frustrating. Not hitting hands, getting bad beats, bluffs not working. Now they're fucking bluffing me too in these spots that I never expect people to bluff. I thought she was clicking it here. Yeah, with a 6, with a pocket pair, with a 5 that's trying to build a pot, or pocket pairs with a 6 that's planning on checking back the turn. So I was pretty frustrated. I was just like, fuck it, whatever, fold. And yep, she shows me the bluff. With her ace 3 off, that called me pre-flop. I think just because I bluffed her earlier. So she was like, "Oh, you bluffed me. Watch this. You're having a bad day. Let's make it a little worse." So yeah, it was rough for sure. So I win the button. Next hand, ace 6 suited. I raise it up. Ray calls me in the small blind with that ugly hand. Oh, Ray, no, Ray, sorry, he did fold. So, yeah, I was surprised if he would have called me with that. No, he folds. Big blind calls. We hit the flop. Middle pair. Let's freaking go. And I just think I'm freaking betting here, man. I'm middle pair. There's a lot of good stuff going on in the turn. I could even maybe turn into a bluff. I got middle pair. I got a backdoor flush draw. I got a backdoor straight draw. I got the nick game. Let's freaking bet, dude. I've hit a pair. For goddamn sake. Let's fucking bet. And he does fold what was nothing. And we win a pot. And we get rid of the nick game. So at least we don't lose the nick game multiple times. Whatever this hand. Maybe if the nick game wasn't going on, different situation, I'd be checking back. But I think it was starting to get down on people. I didn't want to give him a free card. I thought my middle pair was good here a lot. And there's a lot of good turn cards. Add backdoor straight draws, backdoor flush draws. So let's just go for it. All right, we got a few more hands. This one and one more. Again. Oh, wait, no. This is the same one. Sorry. All right, we got one more hand. That's a bomb pot, and we are done. Yeah, this was the last bomb pot. I already told people I was leaving. Because we pay the rake with the bomb pots. So if you're leaving, you don't pay rake. You just play the bomb pot. So what happens here? Checks around to the turn. And what do I have? Oh, yeah, I remember this. I got the nut straight. That checks around the flop because I was in this position. Maybe I still could have bet, honestly. Yeah, I think I could have bet this. It was my last hand. I think I was just so over with the day. I think betting there would have been cool, too. I think checking's fine as well. Anyways, I checked the turn flop. Turn, I have top pair. I have nut straight. I have the nuts, and then top pair. King kicker. Oh no, I have 2 pair. What? That's interesting. Yeah, I think I was just so over with the day. I just knew I was leaving. I'm like, fuck this. I'm not gonna build a pot. I think that's what happened. Yeah, the turn I do bet it. I popped the turn for $105. And what happens? Someone does call. Speed this up. Let's speed this up. So I do pot it, and I think I get one player. Rafi calls, I think. Yeah, with his, he has a flush draw. There's a flush draw on both boards. He has a straight draw down there. So we're good at the moment, but he has so many outs. And, yep, on my board, that I have a straight, it pairs, and the flush comes out one. So I'm like, please don't bet. Please don't bet. Thankfully, he does check, and way too thin to be betting here. I show my hand, and we chop it up since he rivers a flush on that board. And that is it. I think I tell the guys, you guys want to watch me rack up, but that was it. I was so over with it, man. What a tough freaking session. It was rough. Yeah, look at that. Down 30. Oh, yeah, down 3,100. There's me down there. Yeah, I can't see it. But, yeah, 3,100 in the hole. That's my biggest loss ever. I've never lost over $3,000. So, at least I'm tight aggressive, I guess. Yep, biggest loss ever. At least, I mean, I don't think there was too many shitty spots when I reviewed Monday. I think I made more mistakes today. It just seemed like a lot of shitty spots. That King 10 one I wasn't sure about, but seems like calling the flop was a close spot. When he check raises small, it like calls half of the time. So yeah, that was my biggest loss ever altogether, and it was on stream. So thank you all for watching. I'll make a vlog out of this. Hopefully it was entertaining and you enjoyed it. I'll be doing this often. I'm going to try to review all of my live streams because I really want to work on my game and get better. And it sounds like a cool idea, making ways of making content where I could, make content like this and turn it into, I could study and turn it into content. So yeah, GG, get him next time. The Ace King was BS. Yeah, that was a tough one. I would have been pretty much. I would have been even if that wouldn't have happened. No, I still would have. If I would have won, if I would have been down still at chunk. But who knows, man? Who knows how session go when one hand changes? They could change everything. So yeah, I took 3 days off after that session. Now Saturday, I usually take Sundays and Tuesdays off anyways. So I just took Monday too. I set up the Monday live stream. That was yesterday. I just didn't go and play. I thought, fuck it. Let's take 3 days to recover and study, and then we'll just be back at it on Wednesday. That's tomorrow. So I'll be back playing tomorrow and Saturday for the stream. And hopefully things turn around because it's been my worst run ever. Thankfully, I have a bigger bankroll to manage it, so it doesn't feel as overwhelming as it's felt in the past. But I can't hold. I got a better bankroll, but not to handle too much more of this. So hopefully the tide turns around and we get some run good coming my way because I need it. Because as I mentioned, this is my last month with Coinpoker 2. That was definitely a hit. Was a real bummer. But, shit happens. I'm going to work hard to get other sources of income and play and just get better to make more money, make more hourlies, go up in stakes. So, yep, thank you all for watching. As usual, if you could subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Saturday will be the live stream. I'll be playing a Hamul. And I'll try to get this good to upload on Sunday as a long format content. So, yeah, thank you everyone that hanged out. Thomas, OMC. Ryan, and